If you've ever wondered what perfection looks like, I think you found it. Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Sin and today we're taking a look at the Christian Louboutin Trapman boot. This has to be probably the most premium boot that I own. I've got a couple of pairs of boots and originally my number one was a brown pair by Ralph Lauren. It was their purple label line. But these very quickly managed to take the trump card on that. Reasons why? Well, let's get right on in. Firstly and foremost, as you can see, we have this beautiful, I dare say, top grain leather all throughout the entire upper, save for this elastic band that wraps around the very top of the boot here. This, I dare say, is probably a mixture between cotton and elastin. And it's very comfortable, although most of the time you won't notice it because you'll probably have your pants tucked into it. Although I guess if you were to tuck over it, you might feel that in the back. But, you know, with a silhouette like this, either way, technically, you'll be fine. Actually, what's funny is what inspired me to do this review was seeing Will Smith in this sneaker shopping with Complex, or by Complex. And he actually happened to be wearing these same boots, which was kind of exciting, but I had them first. Maybe, I think. But either way, you know, it was cool to see those featured in there and for him to be wearing them. He's got some good taste, apparently. But, you know, that all said, he happened to be wearing them, you know, I mean, you couldn't even tell from this part, you know, upwards what it was because he had a pair of leather pants actually tucked, or, you know, on top of it. So, I mean, you can do it however you want. But again, my personal preference is to wear something kind of slim, you know, going down in. That way you can see the full, beautiful silhouette that is Trapman 20. So this particular boot, you know, I mean, going right off after the leather and the elastic band that we have up top here, it actually has a tan leather inside. You have your size tag right on top there. And then on the inside, you've got the Christian Louboutin insole. Now, funny story with that is it's supposed to be a non-removable insole, but I actually ripped it up as much as I could and put underneath a couple of different things: a heel tab, like a little you know, silicone heel tab, another piece of foam up underneath the front part here, as well as a flat, you know, slightly cushioned insole underneath or on top of both of those. And then once again, we topped it off with the original insole. So that comes to the downside of these. This is hands down the least comfortable shoe, boot, whatever, that I have ever put on my feet in my entire life. These were awful. I mean, absolutely dreadful. My feet would hurt so bad. And on top of that, they have an extremely narrow, you know, toe box, as you can see here, or rather, you know, this entire forefoot area. And so that makes it just, you know, it really squeezes your foot in there, and that's no good. So I actually had to have them stretched on top of those other things I did on the inside as well. All to make these on a comfort level of 1 to 10, tops of 5. So a lot of work in to get a 5, but I mean, just look at these, huh? Can't blame me. Or at least, maybe you can, but I don't blame myself. I guess I do kind of blame myself. Either way, again, getting back to the boot, as you can see, we actually have this lug sole across the entire bottom, which is indeed in the famous Christian Louboutin red. And it has the signature there, as well as a sign saying made in Italy, of course. And what I like about this particular sole versus, you know, some of the dress shoes I've actually got back there is the red on this won't ever wear away because, you know, it's made of rubber. So it's going to be a lot like the sneakers, except again, it's this whole lug sole, which just looks really cool every time you take a step. You know, it definitely does add for traction, but again, you're not going to be thinking about that when you're walking. You're going to be thinking about probably how painful they are to wear. But who knows? Maybe in time that will improve. But as of right now, I've worn them 7 times. I keep tally of everything I wear. Yeah, so far, looking at a 5. Otherwise, we do have these very thin, you know, dressy style laces. And so these are, I mean, they get the job done. I actually tried to buy a pair of better looking laces that couldn't quite fit into the, the holes that we've got punched throughout here. So that kind of sucks, but oh well. We have the silver, boot lacelets on top here. And I mean, that's pretty much it. Again, you can see the leather's already starting to wrinkle, which personally I love. I think that's a great look. And we have the, perfect stitching, of course, that runs all throughout every bit of the boot. Although the stitching is actually remarkably minimal. Outside of, these panels across here, that's pretty much it. But I suppose that's going to conclude our review on the Christian Louboutin Trapman boot. Let me know what you guys think below, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you for the next video.